I wanted to share something. I don't do this often, but when I have a little spark of inspiration and the top knot is top knotting, we just go for it. So here we are. I wrote in my journal last night. I just got kind of inspired at this thought of scars, and I wanted to share about it. Yeah, I'm just gonna read it. It says, I've been thinking about the cut on my finger this week. I touched my pointer finger to my thumb and noticed that there is numbness there, which is weird to consider how deep I must have cut it to have this numbness. I looked really close at where the cut was and noticed that my fingerprint is also gone. The lines and ridges of my fingerprint are now just a pink line where the floral knife punctured. This got me thinking. My carelessness at work caused an injury that left my finger forever different. How many life's experiences do the exact same thing? I didn't intend that day to go into work and get hurt. It was a really silly mistake, and because I wear the same human skin suit as everyone else on this planet, my cut doesn't make me unique. We all encounter situations of innocent fumbles that sadly leave our lives changed. The kiss with the coworker that leaves a scar, the red light that you didn't see causing the crash, the tiny cuts over time that lead to tears in the fabric of our worlds. No one gets out of this one without pain, period. When I cut my finger, my workday didn't stop. I had help to bandage it up and worked the rest of my shift. By the time I got home and took off the bandage, Dustin saw how the bleeding still hadn't stopped. Even after 6 hours, we both were trying to decide if I actually needed stitches. Being stubborn, I had him go get me some of that liquid glue and better first aid materials. The liquid glue burned when I applied it, but quickly, superficially cauterized it. For the next several days, I couldn't shower with my finger under the water, put on a sports bra, or grip a barbell. I had to be mindful of infection and not hit it on anything which would cause pain. Almost everything I did was affected by this silly cut. It throbbed when I went to bed, and it took time to heal. I questioned whether I should have just gone to the doctor and gotten stitches. But being stubborn, I told my CrossFit coach, stitches are for bitches. And listen, I still believe that. I became curious about how scars work. What is the science behind how they create a seal to hold the body tight together again? I thought. I became curious about how scars tell a story. Every imperfection on my body has its own tale of some sort of misfortune or blessing. When I was little, I got chicken pox. My mom's loser boyfriend, Jeff, suggested I sleep with these gloves on my hands so I didn't itch my face. I'm actually not crying about Jeff. I'm crying about thinking about the blessing of my C-section scar. Ugh. Anyway, Jeff suggested I sleep with these gloves on my hands so I didn't itch my face. The issue with that was that Jeff, being the absolute genius that he was, offered me garden gloves with little rubber grippers that ripped my chickenpox sores off of my face in my sleep. So if you look close enough, you can see an upside-down Mickey Mouse face on my right cheek and other scars sprinkled throughout my face. The point is this: the intention was in the right place and the heart was good. Even if Jeff was a loser with a bad mullet, I think about how many scars I've left on others over my lifetime, and I imagine the possible other ways I could have behaved to prevent the pain. The car I totaled as an inexperienced driver, the high school boyfriend I cheated on with the guy who treated me better, the words spoken in grief after my sister's death. In each situation, The unintentional car wrecked. The heart broke. Words tumbled out that couldn't be taken back. All scars and all stories of how I ruined a person's day, broke trust, let my rage become a knife to an already broken heart. None of us get out of it. We all cause cuts. We all do harm. The science part of scars is this. Scars undergo 4 stages. The first stage is the injury. Once injured, white blood cells rush to the injury site to initiate the healing process. The body does the heavy lifting, fights infection. The second stage is scar tissue formation. Collagen and proteins form to fill the wound. Blood cells form to nourish the new tissue. The next stage is the maturation of the scar, which I think is such an interesting way to look at a scar maturing so that it can't be opened again. I don't know, I just felt like it was I wrote more, but I just felt like it was just kind of a time for vulnerability and a time for authenticity about how difficult life can be, and how we all have these moments where we engage in harm unintentionally, and then sometimes just carelessly. And when we're not intentional in making a plan towards not doing harm, then mistakes are made. And I was just thinking, somebody had asked me, they said, oh, it sounded like you didn't wear a I don't know, like a glove to prevent the cut that you got on your finger. And I mean, please forgive me for those who actually sent the photo of my cut, because I think I scared some people. But when I took the bandage off initially, it like literally squirted, and Dustin was like, girl, like what is wrong with you? But now it's just kind of like, I can't get it to focus, but yeah, it's just kind of numb and it's kind of weird. Yeah, so I don't know if this helps anyone today, but the healing process happens in stages, and it goes up and down, and we're all part of a broken world that sadly we're gonna all have moments of coming back from the pain that we cause, or coming back from the pain caused to us. And it's just, there's no way of getting around it, as hard as we might try. So just wanted to share that today. It's probably really cringe to like share something out of your journal. Ew, like who does that? No, burn this. This is getting burned like immediately.